Think before you sleep. Or, I mean, you could think while you sleep, and that'll be called a dream. Zing. Don't worry, I will promptly execute myself shortly after the recording and distribution of this video, so that all will be right in the world. Because you see, that joke that I just made was well deserving of my death, and I think the universe calls for due punishment. Anyway, with that aside, if you don't know what Think Before You Sleep is, probably should at this point. But if you don't, he's a shit YouTube channel. He's bad. He's kind of bad. He's kind of garbage. He's an incel content creator, and yeah, I'm incel meaning makes shit talking about men for being you know, not cool, and women for being for having sex, or for having too high standards, because you know these gotta lower your standards for these incels. You know they gotta fuck. They need to have sex. To be fair, humans do need to have sex, depending on what. If you're not asexual, at least. I'm getting into the weeds of sexuality. Let's just start this video so that I can stop rambling, shall we?
This is Merrin. She fell in love with James.
I'm a masculine presenting woman.
And I am a feminine presenting straight man. I guess people perceive us as weird as a couple because we don't follow the regular status quo. And we don't look like how they want us to look.
I guess people
So true. I mean, is that a bad thing? The answer should be no. The answer should be no. But if you are, you know, a certain type of person, you would say, yes, that is a bad thing. That is against God. But if you're not religious, then you can just say, that is against my standards.
perceive you as weird because you don't follow the regular status quo? Yeah, sure. You know what you're doing. Nobody is this stupid. In the description below, it says, to James and Merrin, they aren't any different from other heterosexual couples. BS. Everyone here knows what's going on. They know why people don't consider it normal, and they are just doing it for social media clout.
I've only dated girls.
So got it. So if you do anything on social media, that means you're not actually being authentic at all, and you're only doing it for clout and nothing else. So me making the videos that I make right now, I'm not doing it for because I genuinely believe in leftism, because I genuinely am anti-religion as a concept, or I just genuinely am pro-trans. No. I make these videos for clout. I am getting so much clout from the content that I create. So much clout. And the same thing can be said about him, because he's putting shit out on the internet. He doesn't believe any of what he's saying. He's just doing it for clout. And honestly, there's a stronger argument you could make for that on his part than me, or even just them having a fucking relationship.
Girls in the past.
I was identifying as gay because it was easier than explaining all the ins and outs of who I was.
That is really suspicious and something no straight man would ever do. You know how
How do you know that? I mean, are you a straight man? I highly doubt it. I'm sorry. All of you incels are probably like some fucking closeted faggots just waiting to come out. But you can't, because all your incel friends will dogpile you and stab you to death, much like Caesar.
you can tell someone is faking it because they improperly describe how a real person would act in that situation? This is one of those times.
Made the first TikTok August 6th of 2021 in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. So I posted all these pictures of us together. And I woke up the next morning and we had over 1 million views. And I said, babe, this is not happening.
And there we have it. Some people will eat a full cactus for views. Some people will react to feminism for
They're only in a relationship for views. So this is going to be the through line narrative for this video. That's what the thesis of this video is. Their relationship is not authentic. It's not real. They're only doing it for views. That's it. They're only doing it for views. Okay, sure. Because you put anything out on the internet, you're only doing it for views, and it's not real. Gotcha. 100%.
For views, and some people will fake their sexuality for views. The couple's YouTube/family vlog channel is a key giveaway that this is an AstroTurf relationship, along with the fact that they started creating content shortly after they got together.
AstroTurf? By whom? By whomst? Who? I'm sorry, sometimes just people just become internet sensations just mysteriously out of nowhere because people like making spectacles out of things. I don't, what? Why does everything have to be like a bad faith like thing? Just they can be happy and also post their happiness on the internet and also get a lot of views for it. That happens. The internet is a wild, mysterious place where the strangest things can end up getting a lot of views and attention. Like, Jesus Christ, like half of the memes that exist on this planet, sorry, not half, all of the memes that exist that get a lot of attention, you couldn't ask me how they got the attention that they got.
The most damning evidence, though, is in this article here where James literally says he's gay. Like Marin, 23-year-old James has also only dated members of his same sex before they met.
He's only dated, that doesn't mean he's gay, that means he's dated other members of the same sex. He was probably experimenting? You know that happens, right? And it mostly happens to gay people, to be honest. Where gay people will date the opposite sex because that's mainly just what's expected of them. And once they realize it doesn't work for them, they're just like, yo, you know what? A guy would be like, damn, I'm dating all these goddamn bitches and it don't work. What the fuck is going on? This pussy don't feel right. But then I sucked a dick once and it felt alright. I think I might be gay. That happens. It happens. It happens. It's like that. But it just so happens that this guy, because he wants to be feminine presenting, he felt like he probably should, he was gay and he should be gay, and he kept on dating guys, and then it didn't work for him because, like, man, I like being feminine and shit, but I don't like sucking dick. Why the fuck don't I like sucking dick? And I'm carrying all these purses and shit. What the fuck is going on? Damn, but this pussy feels nice.
James goes on to say, a long time before I met Marin, I had one boyfriend, but we only lasted a couple of months. Isn't that change?
Oh, read the rest of the article! Read the rest of the article! My guy!
Matt. James goes on to say,
Look at that. Look at that. You see what he highlighted right there? And then it continues. As it didn't feel right. It didn't feel right. Why would you put this on screen? The only people who like will take this man seriously are people who are either simply just listening to his content or they're blind. They're just legally blind, or they're just like me and have ADHD and then just kind of just miss this shit, or they just don't care and they're only here to have their favorite talking points spat back into their faces full force because it makes them feel good. There's a lot of different reasons why people will like this guy. After seeing the blatant misinfo on the video, he's so confident in his ability to manipulate people that he just puts the rebuttal to his point in his video. I don't even have to look up the article. It's right there, plain as day. Fucking amazing.
a long time before I met Marin, I had one boyfriend, but we only lasted a couple of months. Isn't that changing the story quite significantly from what was said in the Truly video?
No, it's not.
I believe that James is straight, about as much as I believe that this guy from Odd One Out is straight.
I got
He can be.
mistaken for being gay a lot of the time. I'll be honest, I went on dates with guys because so many people were suspecting me of it, but I was just like, that's not me. After being on those dates, I was like, I like women. That's a fact.
That happens. Again, it happens in the reverse. Gay people get into straight relationships and it doesn't work, and then they just like, I'm gay. It happens, nigga. What are we doing? All right.
Yeah, that's not something a straight man would do. Personally, I don't care what these people do in their free time. However, what I don't like is when a British media company with a YouTube channel called Truly is glamorizing a bunch of pathological relationships in their love don't judge videos. They aren't doing it because they're trying to promote acceptance or find creative ways to help people. They're doing it because they know it's abnormal and that will get them views. You can
Both can be true. I mean, I don't know if this channel is. I don't care to look and even verify whether what he's saying is true or not, because I'm just not invested in this stuff. But I'm sorry, both can be true at the same time. Hey, look, I'm doing this for views, alright? Why do I have a YouTube channel? Because I like attention. I want a lot of attention on my content. And I just like saying shit, and I like to be listened to. That's why I have this YouTube channel. And I want to get more views. I love getting a lot of views. But at the same time, the things that I spew out of this fucking Negro mouth of mine, I believe. All of it. Every word that comes out of my mouth, I genuinely believe. Genuinely.
tell by how ridiculously the content is framed. And what ends up happening is that they are pathologizing society for money. Like how political grifters will always accuse their opponents of being evil instead of trying to understand their arguments. They aren't trying to help people.
He's talking about Vosh. Political grifters. I'm sorry. It's like, my mind just jumps to Vosh. A lot of these people, when they say shit like that, they're probably talking about Vosh or like fucking Destiny or something. A lot of right-wingers who say shit like this are talking about Vosh and Destiny.
When they do that, they're trying to gain power and make money. And the issue with Truly showing circus freak relationships to make money is that it propagandizes the audience into thinking that they're a good idea, and that a lot of the fetishistic behavior that occurs on these episodes is a sign of good mental health. Spoilers, it's not.
How? What's wrong with fetish, bro? Okay, this guy is such a fucking loser. Bro, don't knock it till you try it, my guy. Like, if you don't... you never tried a leash before, and if you try a leash and it don't work for you, it don't work for you. Good. Don't be running around calling people mentally ill because they like being leashed up and barking and crawling on all fours. That's what they like, my guy. And ain't nothing wrong with that shit, nigga. People like playing pretend all the time. Bro, stop. Chill, nigga. Let people have fun, bro. Stop.
James and Marin broke up, probably because James is gay and Marin is a lesbian. And most importantly,
What?
the YouTube channel...
Probably because he's gay. Sure, whatever. Let's just throw that out there and pretend that he's right. Yeah. I'm just gonna make that assertion just off the cuff, and not further investigate my claims because I'm in desperate need to be correct. Gotcha. A-okay, my friend. Just throw that out there, and that she's probably a lesbian. Maybe, I don't know, bro.
didn't work out, so the grift wasn't making them money. Also, they filmed a behind the scenes for the Truly video.
Nigga, it wasn't a grift. People just break up. That happens. Did you know? Bear with me. Did you know that sometimes when people get into relationships, they don't last? Shocking, I know. I know, it's quite shocking. It came to me in a dream, this revelation. I didn't know for the 24 years of my life. It happened. I dreamt one night last year or whatever, and then like the Lord Jesus Christ came to me and said, sometimes niggas just be breaking up. And then I was like, yo, so true, Jesus. Yo! And then I was enlightened ever since. Amazing, fantastic story, to be honest with you. It was crazy meeting Jesus after I denounced my Christian faith, but hey, it happens. Sometimes you just meet Jesus in your dreams and he just tells you shit.
And James kind of seems like an alcoholic.
We're supposed to leave around 5. We're shooting for 8 hours.
About before 6 hours of it, I'm planning to be drunk, okay? I might take a
Okay,
shot as soon as we finish filming this.
I need a mimosa tower stat. 30 cc's of liquor.
Oh my god.
Now.
The bigger issue, though, is that 30 years of this modern feminist / woke propaganda has changed how a lot of...
Wait, what? Where did the feminist woke propaganda? Jesus, not enough buzzwords for you, my guy. The fake woke feminist propaganda. What? Come on, bro. If you're gonna do all these fucking buzzwords, just go all out. this fake woke feminist SJW communist Marxist Leninist shit. God damn, what other buzzwords did they come up with? They ain't got nothing else, do they? But yeah, all of that shit, all the BLM Marxist leftist fucking bitch soy propaganda feminism. All of the words that we don't like. And fucking gender ideology woke propaganda. All of that shit.
A lot of people view how relationships should be. I'm sure at some point you've all heard something like this.
I applied for this episode because, especially right now with the whole red pill movement, the toxic male influences out there, that it's very important to show, like,
oh, you mean like think before you sleep?
Other men, and especially younger men that are coming up into this world, that it is okay to be feminine. Is it okay to express your emotions?
Yes. Yes. The strongest yes I've ever said. Yes.
Is it okay to be vulnerable?
Now the red pill is wrong.
Yes. Yes, it is. Be vulnerable. Like, I mean, so vulnerable, like sitting on the subway, just stretching your legs apart, just exposing your testicles for all your enemies to see. Like that kind of vulnerable. Yes, absolutely. It's okay to do that.
Wrong about a lot of stuff. Primarily stuff like saying it's okay for men to cheat on their wives. However, a part of the reason that space exists is because women in general don't like feminine men. Women don't like men.
How do you know that?
Who are emotional all the time. They don't like men who are passive and weak, and they don't like men.
How do you know that?
Men who are shy or lack confidence.
How do you know that? Well, I mean, confidence is like actually a genuine thing, but like all the other shit, what? Where are you getting this from?
Modern feminism's promotion of femininity in men is causing those men to get...
No, that's not what modern feminism is. Modern feminism is you get to choose whatever the fuck you want, nigga. Be feminine, be masculine. No matter what gender you are, you could do whatever the fuck you want. Be yourself, nigga. Who gives a shit? These societal standards are fake and gay. You choose. Your body, your choice, bitch. Dumbass. Hoe. Be a slut. Who gives a shit? You can do that. You wanna shake your ass on the internet for thousands of people to see? No harm, no foul. Go for it, nigga. Ain't nobody stopping you. Start an OnlyFans. What's the worst that could happen? Bunch of intos are just gonna call you indecent and not date you? Wow. You sure are gonna miss your chances with all of these loser, white, pasty, overweight, crusty incels.
Rejected in relationships. Those men aren't going through the hardships of becoming masculine because modern feminism and woke ideology told them they don't have to. Not to say that there aren't other problems here, but this is a big one. Which brings us to a Dr. K interview that I saw recently, where a 20-year-old guy spent $8,000 on dating coaches.
Alex.
Alex. Okay. Is there something in particular that you want to talk about today, Alex?
I spent $8,000 on 7 personal dating coaches, but the issue here is that, like, despite having like 7 different dating coaches, I still pretty much got rejected by literally every single girl I ever approached.
I wonder why. I mean, bro, look at you. I'm not talking about his like physical looks or anything like that. But bro, look at him, bro. Look at the way he dresses. Look at the way he grooms himself. It's like, dude, what the hell are you doing? You have nothing going for you. You're literally plain. Find your style. Find what you like. Find yourself. Seriously. I'm being genuine. Find yourself. Find out what you like. Find what your style is. Go all in on that shit. Somebody is going to like that. You will not have trouble finding girls that way.
It's like they never even like gave me a chance, pretty much.
So this is kind of sad. This guy Alex is 20. And
I bet you this guy has confidence issues. 100% has confidence issues. And I can see why. It's sad, but like in this I'm not again, like the last part was kind of a bit, half a bit, but not really. Like this guy right here, he doesn't know what he's doing. And that happens. Like, let's be real. Like, when I was in high school, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was rejected, like, what, 7 times growing up? I mean, yeah, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I had no idea who I was. And now that I, for the most part, have found myself being a transgendered individual, and I know a lot of these incels will shit on me for that, but I don't really give a shit. I am perfectly fine with the way I identify and my identity. I'm perfectly secure in that. I don't give a shit. Shit on me all you like. But I have found some semblance of who I am, and I haven't really had trouble finding relationships after that. Stop with the self-loathing shit. Not entirely, but like, you know, that stuff doesn't go away forever. But for the most part, I found more confidence in myself. I found some basic level of understanding of myself. I have a bit of a style that I would like to embrace more so, but I don't have the money right now to fully go all in with the femininity shit, and right now I'm not really in the best environment to even fully embrace that to the best of my ability, but that's another story. Like, I'm not saying guys have to trans their gender in order to, like, you know, have better luck in the dating pool. It's just like, find out who you are as a person. Whether you're trans, if you're trans, then you're trans. If you're not, but you still gotta find out who you are and understand who your authentic self, and embrace that authentic self. And once you do that, and get a little bit more confidence, find a style that you have, your clothing style, whatever have you, go all in. You're not gonna have that much trouble. And also, just be social. Seriously. Like, don't be pissing your pants at every fucking social interaction you have at the goddamn grocery store. Like, shit. Honestly, I've never really had this problem. Like, I've never had this problem growing up. I like socializing for the most part. So, yeah. I think a lot of these guys have a steeper hill to climb when it comes to that. But, like, yeah. I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna keep on going.
Pretty much got rejected by.
Like this guy here, this guy Alex is 20, and he started with dating coaches at 17 years old, which means he's been at this for 3 years at the time of the interview. And
he's 17. It's not too late for him.
Effectively has made no progress. Now, my opinion of pickup artists is already pretty low for stuff like this. The vast majority of pickup artists are super cringe snake oil salesmen. Like
well, that is true. That is true.
This guy here who is dressed like he's the oldest person at a punk rock concert. Or most of these PUAs are simply unhelpful because they don't actually know what they're doing, or they can't properly assess a client's skill level, which causes them to suggest changes that are too hard for their clients to implement. Like this situation here. Does anybody believe that this guy on the left has any chance with the girl on the right? The sales pitch of at least most of these...
I mean, it's possible. I've actually seen couples that look just like this. So it is definitely 100% possible. Depends on the personality and, you know, whether these people actually mesh. So yeah. Yes. Yes.
These PUAs is that if you just say the right combination of words and have the abundance mindset, then you too can have an attractive woman. Immediately missing the fact that this guy came out to an event where he's supposed to learn to pick up women in a faded Beatles t-shirt and a bad haircut. At least he has a watch on, though.
I mean, yeah, to be fair. I mean, the t-shirt I kind of agree with. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm really big on aesthetics. Yeah.
Decent fashion choice, but he's slouching, he's got his hands in his pockets, he looks unconfident, he's 50 to 100 pounds overweight, and he shakes...
What? He's not that overweight. Come on. Dude, he's fine. His body is fine. There's nothing wrong with the dad bod, okay? This isn't even really that much of a dad bod to be. I mean, kind of, but you know what I mean. His body is not bad. Stop.
This girl's hand like he's giving her the dominance.
So pay attention to how he makes you feel. Okay? Go.
Hi, I'm Leo.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Great. Nice
Good.
to meet you.
Very feminine. You're telling me that this guy's supposed to spend an hour at this...
What do you mean? What's feminine, bro?
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Great. Nice
Good.
to meet you.
Very feminine.
What? Elaborate.
You're telling me that this guy's supposed to spend an hour at this seminar or do a weekend boot camp or do 5 weekend boot camps and get a girl like this? No. Now, I apologize.
Wait, so being awkward is feminine? Okay, whatever. Don't... I no further questions.
Because in this video, I'm going to be very mean. But the issue with this guy on the left is not that he doesn't have the right pickup line or can't follow a flow chart. The issue is that he's not a man. He's very feminine in his behavior.
Did I hear that right? Did he say he's not a man? I don't ever want to see Think Before You Sleep make fun of the concept that gender is a social construct. Ever. If I catch him making fun of that concept just once, I'm going to lose it. After this, no. You can't say that it's not a social construct at this point. Bruh.
And he doesn't take care of his appearance.
Now, the question I would have is how much of his masculine did you feel?
In percentage?
Yeah. Did you feel a lot of his masculine, or did you feel sweet? Did you feel nice?
Sweet.
Sweet. So would he be, from a feminine perspective, would he be sexually
So I'm guessing sweet is not masculine. All right, sure, whatever.
attractive, or would he be? Okay.
He has like several years of working on his behaviors and his appearance before he can get an attractive woman. If you watch this seminar, you can see that.
I mean, to be fair, he does have to work on his appearance, you know? I mean, like, I'm sorry, I don't like the plain look on anyone, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too harsh on that shit. I'm probably being too much of a fucking backseat fashionista here, but, like, my God.
None of the advice the guy running it gave is going to actually be useful because it's too above the level of the guys that are there. He talks about how to deal with a woman in a sexual context when these guys can barely stand next to one without looking super uncomfortable. Most of the seminar was just him using hypnotism techniques to woo the guys in the audience without actually teaching them something
Hypnotism? Okay.
useful. This is the kind of product you're getting with most PUA material, and even in its best scenario, like if PUA works for you, in its best case scenario, Neil Strauss, the godfather of PUA, the godfather of the red pill who wrote the game, said that it just turns you into an addict and it led to him cheating on his wife. I believe he's divorced now. That being said, let's get back to Alex.
I didn't think of myself as like a weird person, but even like, let's say if it was just like a normal group setting, like people ask me like, hey Alex, how you doing? Like, and I would like say stuff and then like, okay, they, I mean, it's like everyone else like talks to each other very normally, but when people want to talk to me, it's just like normal, like how was your day? And like, yeah, it's very good. And I kind of like have trouble with like going beyond like small talk.
Sure.
Like I said, I'm going to
Well, yeah, you gotta train yourself on how to like socialize with people. I mean, like, I'm not the best with small talk. I like to just talk about shit. But I have a hard time, me personally, I have a hard time talking about, like, finding just random topics to talk about. I like reciprocating people mostly more than anything, and adding on to the things that people say in a conversation, without like, sometimes I do take a conversation somewhere else, whatever. But that's just a me issue. I'm gonna stop talking about myself now. But like, you do have to train yourself on like how to have conversations with people and how to socialize, because I mean it's a skill that can be learned, and if you don't train yourself on how to like socialize, it's no wonder that you end up growing up being like the most socially awkward human being, because you don't know how to talk to people. Like, if you don't start socializing at a young age, it's hard to like, learn how to do that shit. But like you're at the age now, you're like, what, 17? You reach the age of 17, you're just like, yo, I don't know how to socialize people. Practice. Like, practice talking to like fucking random people at like the grocery store or whatever. I mean, like, shit, like, I work at a grocery store, so like I talk to customers whenever I can. Even my coworkers, we just strike up random conversations and start talking about shit. I mean, it's not too hard once you like get over the anxiety. And I'm saying this as somebody that has social anxiety. I genuinely have social anxiety, but I have mastered the art of just like ignoring my own social anxiety and just kind of just like going for it and just essentially being myself. I say some weird shit, some crazy, just like off the wall, insane shit. The shit that you catch me saying on my YouTube channel, I say that a lot with other people, especially my coworkers. But when I do that, people think I'm funny when I do that. Like, a lot of people actually find me hilarious, like, in the spaces that I work. Customers think I'm funny, coworkers think I'm funny. Like, you just have to kind of go for it. So, not everything you say or whatever isn't always gonna land, but still, get over the anxiety, go for it, and just train those socialization skills. You gotta flex those social muscles, my guy.
Very mean in this video, because that's what's necessary. However, after watching this Dr. K interview, I don't think that Alex is a person who would mind brutal honesty as long as it gets him what he wants. He seems to be very capable of handling criticism, and I get the feeling that he actually is unhappy that people around him keep trying to save his feelings by not telling him what's wrong. That being said, I didn't really like the conclusion that Dr. K came to in this podcast, which was kind of a very textbook, this is how you're supposed to help Alex with his problems kind of answer. Dr. K's advice was basically get therapy, work on your social skills, and make friends before you get a girlfriend. Now that's all great advice, especially that last part about finding friends before you get into a relationship. However, the problem is that this advice is not addressing the issue that he has. It might make him capable of being a healthy relationship partner, which is good, but it doesn't help him with what he's actually having a problem with, which is getting his foot in the door. What's the most important thing for getting your foot in the door? Being attractive.
I mean, I definitely.
No. I mean, yes, that helps, but like, there are other ways to get your foot in the door. Like, honestly. Like, the biggest thing aside from looks is charisma. Those are the two things, and there's probably many other avenues you can approach. But to me, charisma and looks are the two big things. If you don't have conventional attractiveness, then of course you're just gonna knock looks out the window. Anybody can be charismatic. Anybody can. Like, everybody has their own charm to them. No matter what personality traits that you have, no matter what kind of person you are, it doesn't matter. Everyone has some form of charisma to them. Their own unique version of charisma. Everyone can have charisma. You just gotta try, bro. You just gotta find out what your charisma language is. Charisma language, Jesus Christ.
Definitely had a huge case of like one-nights with this girl for like at least 4 years. Honestly, feel like I was a little creepy for liking her because I barely even interacted her.
And so
never think that he needs to get that shit out of his head. Like, I'm sorry, if I were in this quote unquote coach's position, that would be the first thing I tell him. I would reach through this fucking screen and just grab his shoulders, sinking my fingernails into his skin, drawing out tons of blood. I would get up to his face, eyes bulging out of my sockets, fucking veins forming on my skin, sweating profusely, shaking him violently. I'm telling him, bro, get that shit out of your head! And my teeth are like sharpening while I'm doing this. Stop thinking you're creepy! And then I go back into the screen and go back to teleporting to my actual location and then listen to the rest of the conversation.
How does that happen? What happens? Like, what did you think about her, and what is that one itis based on?
I mean, I guess I like kind of like noticed like things about her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that like personality wise. I mean, I also thought she was very beautiful, but yeah.
So let's go over that. What did Alex notice first about the girl he was focusing on for 4 years? Did he say to himself, wow, this girl is really good at math and I like that? Nope. The thing that initially attracted him was her appearance and her mannerisms.
What? What? Alright. Let me try to unwrap this little, box that he has prepared for me here with that little, commentary. As best as I possibly can. Who mentioned being good at math? Who said that? Who was talking about that? Why was that an example that you jumped to? So now we're saying it's impossible to be attracted to people to women who are smart? I think smart women are attractive. There are plenty of guys that think smart women are attractive. Shit. I mean, no, I would argue a lot of guys would think like at least competent women are attractive. And how was that antithetical to the other thing he mentioned, which was personality traits and mannerisms and whatnot? I mean, that doesn't make any what dichotomy is this? So it's intelligence versus personality and looks? So he's saying personality is important? If you watch the previous parts of this video, you would assume I was getting the impression that he was against personality being important. But I guess it is important. Personality and looks are important now? You can't have one without the other. Whatever. I don't know what he's getting at.
And that always comes first because you can't know that she's good at math without talking to her or at least paying attention to her, and you aren't going to do that if you don't think she's attractive. Even with women, social skills are secondary to appearance. If you're attractive...
Source? Sauce? Sauce?
But you suck at conversation, girls will pick up the weight for you. Because if you're attractive in this case, you aren't socially awkward, you're mysterious. I'm not fucking with you.
This trope hasn't died yet, has it? No. No. No, women don't like mystery at all, actually. No. Mystery is terrifying. They don't give a shit how attractive you look. You could look like fucking goddamn or Chris Hemsworth. Fucking you could look like goddamn Idris Elba, and And I mean look, like, not be the actors I'm talking about here. Just, like, be as attractive as them. Be as attractive as those motherfuckers. Be the most mysterious man in the room. That woman has no idea if she's safe around you or not. You want to know what's really important to women? You want to know what's really important to women right now in this climate that we're in? It is safety. It is safety first, everything else secondary. I'm not fucking with you. Safety is the #1 priority when it comes to women right now. Cause God, some of y'all niggas are wildin' out there, bro. They are wildin', bro. Half of y'all men out there don't know what the fuck. Well, actually, y'all do know what the fuck you're doing, which is the problem. My God, niggas out here spiking drinks. Fucking niggas out here like taking women home and shit, and like constantly pressuring them into having sex, not even letting them leave the room and shit. Niggas be gaslighting bitches and bro, it's some crazy shit. Niggas do some crazy shit. Women do some crazy shit too. But like, my God. Men on average being stronger with that too? Hell no, bro. Hell no.
That's how things work. Which is why it's so stupid that PUAs are teaching all these super advanced social skills to guys who can barely form a sentence, when what's actually in meta is to work on your appearance. Also, the more attractive you are, the more people in general...
Oh, and to lend credence to my my previous point, I'm sorry, there's a reason why women are afraid of men, and it's like it's the same reason why men are more likely to commit violent crime on average. I'm just saying, you're scared for a reason.
General will want to talk to you, which will make it way easier to build social skills. Now, with all that in context, let's see what kind of help Alex got.
My first dating coach was like in my senior year in high school. Like basically, I was like, extremely lonely.
So how did you find a coach?
Like I had 7 like different coaches.
Yep. So let's talk about the first one.
Okay, well the first one, believe it or not, that one was a girl. A girl dating coach. The other 6 weren't.
Strike 1. Never ask a woman
What do you mean? What do you mean? That's a woman. You need. I'm pretty sure a woman is the best person to go to to understand. I don't know, women. All right.
how to attract a woman. They have no idea. Why would you pay to take advice from someone about how to...
Women are dumb. Women don't know what they want. Only men know what women want. Men are superior in every fashion. Men are so intelligent that even men know better than even men know women better than women know women. Fucking God-ordained male intellect.
How to attract women when she has never done it before. Unless she dates women, her advice is going to largely be useless. Not to say that straight men are any better at giving women advice on this topic either. I know a lot of guys on the internet have this...
Then shut the fuck up, nigga.
...take of. Women just have to stand there and men do everything for them. But that's after they have already spent dozens of hours shopping for good clothes, learning what hairstyles to have, doing a proper skincare routine, and learning how to be feminine. Guys aren't approaching the women who don't do that.
I wonder why. Man, I wonder why women do all that work just to go to the fucking grocery store. Could it be perhaps that women in society are only valued for their beauty and nothing else, really, in general? I wonder why that is. I wonder who set our society up that way. My mind's drawing a blank. I don't know.
That stuff. And if you don't believe me, take it from dating expert Pearl Davis.
From a young age, I was...
Dating expert Pearl Davis. Yes, using that in the same sentence.
As what you call humbled, okay? Most of my friends, right, were generally, like, more attractive than me. I was never the hot friend. Most guys, even the average guys, they would ask me about my friend Bert.
Also, this is Pearl. I'm talking about her, this is her, how do I put it? Her supervillain backstory. This is her supervillain backstory that she's laying out for you right now.
And if that didn't work out, then they would come crawling to me.
I'm sure there are exceptions, but in general,
Yes,
a straight...
I was never the attractive girl amongst all my friends, but then they get with a guy, and they use her for her looks, and then they come crawling to me. Oh, we live in a society. Oh,
guy is not going to be able to help her with this. I even remember watching a trained professional try to help Pearl with her awful fashion choices, and he put her in a dress that looks like a trash bag.
Spin, not too fast. Okay. Yeah, this is
That's
bad.
really good. That's
There-
really good.
I'm done dressing like my mother on dates.
Yeah.
I've decided this. Mom, your dress has gotta go.
That one looked good though, actually. I think that suited her hair color.
I hope that advice was free because that dress looks like shit. And
Damn, it doesn't look that bad. Jesus.
he probably is not going to address the very noticeable psychological problems that Pearl has when it comes to attraction. She very much acts like a man, and he's not going to be able to teach her how to be feminine.
Damn, the insults are going in on Pearl, bro. Shit.
Moral of the story, don't pay for advice from the opposite sex on how to attract people.
Lord Jesus. This man went in on Pearl, bro. Fuck. God. Bro, incels hate Pearl Davis. They hate Pearl. And they love her. They love her content, but they fucking hate her personally.
Feminine behavior. Let's hear more about Alex's first experience.
Basically, she taught me, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, like, she was very nice, like, she tried to help. Like,
Don't
that
get
dip-
you
the
wrong.
company-
She was trying to help. What does that mean?
I mean, she was trying to help, but the stuff she taught was like, you know, this is what a question is, this is what a statement is, like stuff that's, like, everyone, like, already knows.
Okay.
It's trying to teach, like basic common sense. Like,
Okay.
damn.
Okay. So it sounds like it
Help it
wasn't
all.
that helpful.
Why is he so passive about this? Well, she was nice. No, she took your money, used up your time, and filled it with common sense bullshit. You should be mad about that. You should be mad that she had the audacity to charge you more than she's worth, and for not doing the bare minimum.
Okay.
Wait.
Trying to teach, like basic common sense.
Oh.
Like, damn.
If that's
Okay,
true,
so it sounds like it
Help it
wasn't
all.
that helpful.
if that's true, then that's kind of silly. And she kind of wasted your time. It has nothing to do with her gender. She's just fucking bad at her job if what he's saying is true.
No, she took your money, used up your time, and filled it with common sense bullshit. You should be mad about that. You should be mad that she had the audacity to charge you more than she's worth, and for not doing the bare minimum, which was to teach you something useful. Because
Furthermore, the idea of like a dating culture that ever seems like a scam in and of itself anyway, so I guess this is par for the course. I guess this is just by design. This is what dating coaches are.
Alex is so quick to make excuses for his first teacher for her lack of competence, he makes the mistake of hiring bad teachers multiple times.
The third one, oh my god. That one was the most expensive one. Yeah, it was $3,000 for that one. It was basically a 3-month coaching program.
Wow, that is a lot of money for someone who was probably 18 and...
What the fuck? Did this man spend... Child, bro, no. Oh. Oh no. Oh man. Brother, please. Oh. Baby boy. Don't do that. Oh. Man. Oh, that money. That money could have gone to, I don't know, an expensive dinner with a nice lady. Oh. I don't even know where to begin with that. I could go in many directions. Like, poor people don't have these problems, bro. Well, no, they do. I like this, bro. Bro, poor people who don't have $3,000 to spend on dating coach money, they just gotta make do without it and just like find a way to get into a relationship on their own without that coaching bullshit. Boy, yo, buddy, boy, baby, no.
19 years old at the time. He has some expensive looking stuff behind him too. Does he have a job, or are his parents rich? Because if he doesn't have a job, that would be step one for building the kind of social skills that would make you attractive to women.
Like there was a segment where like the main coach actually brought his girl out to interact with her. And yeah, I would basically get like 1 or 2 minutes on the timer to like try to start a conversation with her, like talk to her. Yeah, basically more like observational wise. But what made me like very mad though was that I was literally on my last group session and I could barely even like hold a conversation for like 10 seconds and the guy was like, oh my god, like you did so awesome, Alex, like did so well. And that was like literally after like 3 months. Like I know I know it, like I know he was like trying to be nice to me and stuff, but like he also, it just wasn't very honest, you know? Like I was still obviously struggling a lot.
It sounds like this was a complete waste of several months if all you're trying to do was have a conversation with a woman. Those teachers failed you because they were too incompetent to find a challenge that was at your skill level so that you could actually improve. At least
skill level. I love this language.
He got mad this time, but obviously they picked something too hard for him because he was unable to do it after months of practice. He'd be better off spending that $3,000 on a female therapist, preferably a younger female therapist that's not too far out of his age range, and just practice talking to her. Usually it's around $100 a session, maybe less if the therapist is new. So that's months of therapy and months of skills practice that pretty much any therapist should be able to handle. I don't think Alex is terrible at conversation. Clearly he is capable of it because he did fine.
I don't know about that, G. I don't do that. Don't do that. No, it's not worth it, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't waste your therapist's time. No. So, tell me how you feel. Hey, wanna go out later? The fuck? No, stop. Nope, don't do it. Nope.
I'm talking to Dr. K for over an hour. However, it sounds like Alex has anxiety issues that are ruining his ability to have a conversation. Just talking to a woman for around 30 hours so that he knows he can do it would be a huge help. Now, I will give him some more points here because the useless $3,000 dating coach had the audacity to try to upsell Alex for another course after failing him.
Like skill wise, I didn't really improve that much. And he saw that, like I was doing so pathetic, like trying to talk to, this girl on the video chat. And he was like kind of like being fake, like, and after that, like after the chat, he was like trying to like get me on a sale to pay thousands of more dollars to continue his coaching. I was like, no.
How did that make you feel?
The therapist question. Sorry.
Yeah, very mad.
So he didn't actually create a noticeable improvement in Alex's skill, and he's going to lie to Alex to sell him more stuff? Like I said, at least Alex got mad and said no to that, but then he lets the next coach do this.
But that reaction definitely applied to the next one. Like he was like very awful.
How so? What does that mean?
Dude, that he was like very like verbally abusive, and he would like get mad at you like over like the dumbest like stuff that like doesn't even matter. And also like I literally had like 3 sessions left, and
that's totally not toxic at all. Like that is so healthy.
And he was like, we're done coaching, and he literally just canceled our coaching without a refund. And why did he cancel our coaching? Like he literally like accused me of interacting with like a third party, like I was like some sort of secret agent.
It sounds like that dating coach was on drugs.
It sounds like that dating coach is on drugs. You know what? I'm not gonna argue with that.
Plenty of hard drugs will cause paranoia like that. But this was very passive and feminine behavior from Alex.
I was gonna say something about that situation, but you know what? I'm gonna let Think Before You Sleep cover this for me. I think he might be on the money here.
Stop at this guy and demand a refund. Why didn't he at least threaten like a chargeback on his credit card or something? I mean, if you're asking the universe to teach you how to get women, that's the test that you need to pass. Screw the dating course. You had the perfect opportunity to prove that you're a man, and you failed. And then you went on to pay 3 more dating coaches after this event. If we're just talking about psychology here, this is why Alex can't get a date. He displays no masculinity, and that's very unattractive. Sometimes life gives you indirect tests.
So now we're circling back to the thesis of this video, which is that feminine men bad, and if you're feminine in any way, you will not get bitches. Even though the only example of a man with bitches in this video is the feminine guy. Well, aside from the dating coach, but dating coaches are not the dating coach, the snake oil salesman, fucking relationship guru, fucknut that he put on screen that cheated on his wife. But you know, those are just snakes. They're not. They don't matter in this equation.
Was one of them. Standing up to the bully is what will make you attractive. That being said, enough about psychology. Let's talk about appearance. Unfortunately, each of these topics about how to be attractive could be a video on its own, and I don't want to overwhelm people. So what I'm going to do is go over the basics so that you know what kinds of things to look for when you're learning and Googling this stuff, and I'll give you some reference material to help you guys get started. By the way, this is not just for guys who can't get a date, it's for everyone. Once you start learning aesthetics, you'll realize that most people look like crap, and your knowledge of this stuff will put you way ahead of them.
So true. Most people do look like shit. Humans are the most disgusting creatures on this planet, and we put ourselves together like trash. And to be fair, a lot of it has to do with poverty, but you know, you gotta try at least. People don't even try no more, bro. I'm sorry. I'm just very big on aesthetics. That's just my thing. I don't whatever. Of course, I don't try at work because when I go to work, I have to dress like all the other fleshy service drones that work there as well. So, you know.
The idea of the next part of this video is to kind of be like a one-stop shop so that you have all the reference material that you need to improve your appearance. Otherwise, you're just going to say, what the hell do I Google, and not take any action because you don't know what to fix. The first thing that stands out to me about Alex the most, and probably everyone else, is his facial expressions.
If I do look in the mirror, like I'll have this reaction where I kind of like just cringe. So
that's true, but his facial expressions are informed by his internal attitude or his own feelings. So focusing on his expressions is null. It's not important to the equation here. What's important is his internal feelings, how he sees himself, how he envisions himself, how he talks to himself even. What does his inner monologue say about him? And like, as we can see, he thinks he's creepy when he talks to women. So like, that's got to be fixed ASAP. That attitude needs to be nada, zilch, gone. It needs to be eradicated immediately. You should never think that about yourself, no matter who you are. Stop that. Kill it. Kill it with fire. Don't do it. Change that attitude. Be confident. Don't hate yourself.
So at least on a very subconscious level, I do think like I'm kind of like cringy.
Like I said,
see?
I'm going to be very mean.
Even in the example that he comes up with, that he just showed, he thinks he's cringy. Like, it's not his expressions, it's how he feels about himself.
And validate him here by saying yes, Alex behaves in a very cringy way. I'm also going to be mean again and point out that other people have already tried to tell him what's wrong with him. Not to say that people will always tell you what's wrong with you in the nicest way. Usually it's bullies and your enemies who tell you how to fix yourself.
I moved to another state, for high school. Yeah, basically, yeah, the kids would like treat me like very bad. Like I was always, I guess like all by myself, and the other guys were like, playing basketball and playing flag football, and I was like the only one like not joining in.
What kept
I mean,
you
it's not just that, but they're also like,
So maybe sports aren't your thing. Who gives a shit? Your value is not hinged on whether you play sports or not. I never played sports. I didn't, and you know what? The fact that I didn't play sports never bothered me. I didn't feel like I was inferior or anything like that growing up just because I didn't play sports. I never gave a fuck. I didn't care. It never mattered to me, and it never will matter to me. Yeah. So that's a strike against you, my friend. Don't ever think that you're less than because you're not like all the other kids. All right.
call me names and stuff.
What would they call you?
Like one of the things that they call me is like a retard.
Okay.
I'm a retard. I understand that. To be fair, I mean, okay, I can't really talk about this part very much because I was pretty much never bullied as a kid, surprisingly. And it was so easy to pick on me too. Like you have no idea how easy it was to pick on me, like, and bully me. Like I was always a short kid. And of course I was made fun of for being the short kid, but like that never bothered me. So, and I guess I was bullied occasionally, but it never really affected me that much, I guess. I don't know, I just liked being short, and I still like being short.
It's not politically correct to say this, but if you aren't doing well in life and you don't know what's wrong with you, think about all the mean things that people have said to you and ask what caused them to say those things. They probably include some things you can fix. Personally,
that is a mixed bag. I mean, if people are bullying you because you smell like ass, like a tuna fish's ass that came out of the fucking sardine can, then yeah, I guess you might want to fix that. But if people are bullying you because I don't know, you're shorter than the other kids, or you don't play sports ball like the other kids, then fuck them. Their bullying does not matter. Who gives a shit? Your boos don't affect me. I've seen what makes you cheer.
I think they said this stuff about Alex because he does weird stuff with his face. He's like doing this frog thing here. He constantly moves his mouth in weird ways, and he looks like he's scrunching his face in order to hold back emotions. It's very awkward, and it's super noticeable right away.
It's like that. That's why the first thing you gotta deal with is the emotions.
I'm sure he caught it if he watched this interview back. The simplest way that Alex can address this is to just allow himself to experience emotion in front of others.
Was that good advice? From Think Before You Sleep? No, I refuse to believe that. I tuned out. That's what happened. I'm hearing it wrong.
Emotions. It's very awkward, and it's super noticeable right away. I'm sure he caught it if he watched this interview back. The simplest way that Alex can address this is to just allow himself to experience emotion in front of others.
What? Yo! That's good advice? Oh shit. Oh god. But he's absolutely right though. And this is a problem that a lot of men have in society. Jesus Christ. Men are limited to only a few emotions. Stone coldness, maybe some laughter here and there, joy, I guess, and anger. Men are not allowed to express sadness, or God forbid they cry. Then, if you express any kind of sadness or vulnerability of any sort, then you will be called a faggot.
A female therapist would really help that, by the way. He's holding his emotions back to try not to be cringy, which ends up making him look cringy. Later in the conversation, he actually relaxes a little bit and allows himself to display emotion, and because he does that, he doesn't look so weird.
How you feel? You okay?
Yeah, I feel pretty good.
Okay.
I've been holding the stapler. I've been holding the stapler to the laptop.
Do you want to switch
for a
hands?
while. Oh no, I feel okay.
Talk about willpower.
If he just allowed himself to experience emotion in front of other people, a lot of this cringiness would go away. Outside of that, to fix the other weird
Genuinely good advice. Yeah, no further comments.
stuff he does with his face, he can look into a topic called facial aesthetics. You can learn more about it by Googling.
What the fuck is facial yoga? Don't know, don't care.
Googling that term, or by watching people like this woman here. Basically, the idea
Whoa,
is that
there are channels around this shit. Okay.
Retrain the muscles in your face to act more attractively. The simplest example is the V-shaped smile versus a horizontal smile. Horizontal smiles look like crap.
Yeah, that's night and day. Horizontal smiles are like the fucking the smile that you see cult members wearing.
V-shaped smiles look attractive. You need to figure out how to activate the muscles in your face so they do what looks good. The next thing that is immediately noticeable is that Alex slurs his speech a lot, doesn't enunciate properly, and has a very soft, non-masculine voice.
Like people ask me like, hey Alex, how you doing? Like, and I would like say stuff, and then
how is it? Huh? I don't know what to do with that. What I have just heard, I don't know what to do with that, bro.
Like, okay, they
Alex probably would be better served if he hired a speech therapist instead of a dating coach so he can work on his slurred speech, enunciation, and vocal projection. Much like a psychologist, they also cost less money than a lot of these dating coaches do.
Sure, but like him being having like awkward voice tone and like and all that stuff doesn't make him not masculine. It just makes him awkward.
And being easier to understand will instantly make more people like you. One of the problems with listening to this conversation with Dr. K is I had trouble speeding it up because Alex is too hard to understand. The last thing I noticed about Alex and what I would
honestly, that's kind of funny.
consider a postural front is described here on a top comment from a person who said he used to know him. It says, "Man, I went to high school with Alex. I never thought he was retarded. I just thought he had a bad speech impediment." Now, I will point out that I read this comment days after noticing Alex's speech problems, and both I and his former classmate are perceiving the same issue based on the names that Alex's bullies called him. So think about what people mean when they use words to describe you. The comment goes on to say, "He was a fearless running back though. Terrible coordination, but one of the fastest kids in our school." Based on this comment about coordination, and based on the fact that he looks like
I
he's
want to
much-
read the rest of that. He's one of the fastest kids in the school and had heart. Crazy how I'm a viewer of Dr. K and I recognize this dude. Small world, man. Alex, if you're reading this, just know I'm not trolling. I lived on... Story name is Aiden.
Based on this comment about coordination, and based on the fact that he looks like he's hunching forward, I'm guessing that he has bad posture and a weird walk or gait cycle. Here's what good posture looks like. If you're still really unsure,
Oh, we're doing this. Yeah, some people with a certain spine structure, sorry, you lucked out. You're just gonna have to accept your fate because your biology has dictated that you are a soy boy.
sure about this, then you can speak to a physical therapist, which also, by the way, is cheaper than a dating coach. Having a trained professional tell you what specifically you are doing wrong and teach you how to fix your posture is like $100. But the way you learn how to do this is to stand up against a wall, create this shape in the picture, and memorize what the correct shape feels like.
That's not gonna work for certain people with certain conditions that affect how their spine is structured. No. Whatever.
The more you practice the correct shape, the more bad posture will feel wrong. The problem with posture, or things that you have to do for a prolonged period of time, is that you will eventually sink back into
Posture standards are fake, cringe, gay, and retarded.
the wrong position. If you know it feels wrong, then you can use that as a subconscious cue to put you back into proper form. This is the same for facial posture, and it's the same for learning how to walk attractively. Check out this video here on how to have an attractive walk, and probably look at a lot of other videos on how to walk
attractive walk. All right, gotcha.
Attractively, because I've yet to see a single one that talks about everything. So that's all for the postural stuff. Now let's talk about the last topic in this 101 course, which
you must fix your posture? You fucking bastard! What's that? Your spine won't let you? Reginald, bring me the mallet! We are going to fix your posture biologically through science.
is fashion and interior design. You want to make your environment welcoming to other people. In Alex's case, he should make it welcoming to women. We can't see his entire room, but as for what's in frame, I don't see any pictures on the wall. Undecorated walls give serial killer vibes, so fix that. I am glad, though, that I don't see anything like a collection of anime girl figurines or a waifu body.
Got a problem with that, nigga? You know, ain't nothing wrong with that shit, bro. I mean, I personally wouldn't own any of those because they cost money. And if they didn't cost money at all, if I could have them for free, I would put them everywhere. I'm not joking.
Body pillow. That stuff generally works as woman repellent, though he does have navy
blue. No, buddy. I've seen plenty of chicks that actually own those figures. Plenty. Oh, God, this guy doesn't even talk. He's not in the right circles, my friend. Do you know how many bitches actually own, like, anime figurines? God, you would be surprised.
Sheets, which are seen as so tacky to women that it's a meme on TikTok.
Someone cooked here.
Change the color of the sheets. But now you might ask, how do I know what color sheets to get? Well, that's why you need to know color
whatever the fuck you want
theory. Color theory is useful for a lot of things. Since we're talking about fashion, you can use it to figure out what colors to use.
We're talking. Okay, I mean, I'm down to talk about this a little bit. All right. I'm gonna judge you as an artist, as an artiste. I will judge you. I will judge your opinions on this subject.
In your living space and what colors to put in your outfit. All colors you see are based off red, yellow, and blue.
Okay, yeah, there you go. 100%. You're right.
These are called the 3 primary colors.
Okay, yes.
If you want to learn more about that, I recommend this video here. We use the primary colors to get the secondary colors. The secondary...
Yes, okay. You're onto something. Gotcha.
Colors to get the tertiary colors.
Okay, yes.
So on and so forth. Something you hear a lot in fashion are the terms warm and cool. It's hard to see...
Yes. Not just fashion, but art as well. But, I mean, fashion is an extension of art anyway, so...
Warm and cool colors if you're a beginner and don't know how they work. But basically, a warm color is when you add more yellow to it. Going off the video that I just
okay, we're getting somewhere.
Recommended, you can see she is adding yellow to the color and it's getting warmer. Cool means you're adding blue to the color. Here's the video creator adding blue. You also have muted or bright. These are pretty easy to see. Muted colors have low saturation. Bright colors have high saturation. Now, in terms of how to combine colors, this is a more complicated subject that involves a lot of arguing between people who study it. This video here will give you the basics on what colors can be combined together, and if we're talking about outfit basics, generally you want to have no more than 3 colors in your outfit, though this can be played with...
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And he's gonna continue.
As you grow in skill, especially...
Yes, true.
Especially if you're adding neutral colors to your outfit. To keep things simple, you probably want to memorize neutral colors first. Neutral colors are ones that generally go well with any other color. Which colors are
like black and white, and I think there was another... Brown, maybe? I don't think so. Well, actually, I think brown, technically, yes. It can go with pretty much anything.
Neutral are debatable, but in my opinion, for clothes, neutral colors are black, white, brown, beige, gray.
Okay, so he's correct. Well, okay, yeah. I mean, that's basically what I said, so yeah. Because it's what I said, that means you're correct. And beige, actually, yes. Light blue? I mean, maybe. I'm not sure about navy blue either. Olive, yeah.
Olive and light blue jeans. As for the rest of color matching, you can figure out how that works in your own research. Next, how do you determine what colors you wear? Going back to Alex here, I will give him a compliment by saying that it looks like he's dressed in the correct colors. He doesn't look funky, and I don't immediately notice the outfit before I notice his face. Now, how you determine what colors to wear is based on the color seasons. You take your skin color, hair color, and eye color.
Again, I'm just saying, this guy needs to find his style. Like, if he finds out whatever style appeals to him, it's like, he can take that anywhere. Like, I encourage anyone to do that, personally. I mean, you don't gotta dress, like, super, you don't gotta dress up, just to go to the fucking gas station, but, like, you know what I mean.
Match them to the seasons, and it will tell you what colors look better on you. Here's an article on it. All of this requires a
You can dress however you like, despite your skin color. I'm sorry, but black goths are valid.
trained eye, so it will take practice. Start out with cheap clothes and don't buy expensive stuff until you know what you're doing. Last on the clothes front is what shapes do you wear? How do you know what types of jeans to get? There's like a million kinds. How do you know to wear a V-neck, a crew neck, or a Henley top? Just like with colors, it takes practice and a trained eye.
Whatever you want, and whatever goes with whatever you want. I don't know, bro. Just try it out, experiment, do whatever you want.
You have to practice looking at people, and when you start to get good at this, you'll realize that most people have terrible fashion, which will probably make you feel
Yes, that is true. Everyone sucks.
better. Anyway, the shapes you wear are based on your body type. Figure out which one you are, and memorize what clothes work with it. Also note that losing weight and gaining muscle will make clothes look better on you, so as always, go to the gym. After you learn what shapes to wear, you'll want to learn how to layer. Though his clothes look oversized, another thing that Alex gets right is that he has layered his upper body. Good. You can learn how to layer from this video here, and the last thing you'll want to search, which is kind of a lower priority for men, is how to wear accessories. Oh, and one more thing,
I don't think it's a low priority for men. Men can wear as many accessories as they desire, because I don't believe in gender expectations. I believe in super gender. Super gender meaning you can wear whatever the fuck you want. Yes, I just made up that term. Super gender. Just be gender. Help me.
The video on shoes. Next up is hair. It's very difficult to see Alex's hairline. However, I do have one shot here where you can get a decent look at it, and to me,
damn, that mug, bro.
Based on his face shape, it looks like his hair is too short. There's a chart for hairstyles just like body shape and the color seasons. Take a look at it and pick one out. Make sure that the hairstyle fits your personality or it will look bad. This is the same with the type of clothes that you pick.
I agree with that. I mean, yeah, whatever hairstyle you like. I don't know. Find out what clicks.
Pick two. Pick clothes that fit your personality. Now, I will say that if you're new to this and have some extra cash, it's probably a good idea for the first haircut to find someone expensive who knows what they're doing and just pay them to tell you what haircut to have. Then when you know it looks good on you, you can go to someplace cheaper. This stuff takes a while to learn, but it really makes a difference, and I think the best display of how important taking care of your appearance is in that old show, Beauty and the Geek. It's amazing how many attractive people there are that are hidden by horrendous self-care. I know it sounds like a lot, but you don't have to be an
What's wrong with this? I don't even have a problem with the before picture, actually. If these are supposed to be the same guy, I don't even think this guy looks bad. Well, I think both versions of this man actually look pretty cool. The first version looks, honestly, I would love to. The first version of this guy, shit, he looks like a lot of fun. I'm sorry, he looks way more fun than the one on the right. They both look good, but the one on the left, shit, that guy looks like a lot of fun. That's my best friend right there.
there are that are hidden by horrendous self-care. I know it sounds like a lot, but you don't have to be an expert to start getting attention. Even some minor improvements will go a long way. Now to wrap this up, I thought this take from Alex was really funny.
Yeah, okay, so what I learned from the 7 dating coaches is like, yeah, definitely like be very careful for like what you pay for.
I agree. I think dating coaches are largely toxic, and as Dr. K points out during the show, there are people who call love a disease.
Do you know what the suffix itis means?
Itis means like inflammation.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? What some of society calls love, it sounds like the pickup artist community treats like a disease. So one itis sounds like a bad thing.
Now, obviously, we aren't talking about guys who obsess over a single girl, particularly if that girl has already shown that she's not interested. That's pathological. But notice the framing with words like one-itis versus abundance mindset, And notice how like none of these PUA guys seem to be able to handle long-term relationships, and as far as I can research, virtually none of them are in stable marriages. I've seen maybe like one. I also think that if you understand how attraction works, dating coaches and pickup artists charge way too much for things that can be learned for free on YouTube, or be much better handled by a specialist for cheaper. Some of these courses are like thousands of dollars and provide you completely useless information.
Bro, this profession is a scam. It's just a scam. The profession in and of itself is a fucking scam by design. My God.
Either because it's stuff that doesn't work, or it's way above the skill level of the person watching it. When you're learning things that are new, you need to practice it.
Yeah, this pickup artistry level is beyond you. It's beyond your power. It is not of your skill level. You need more charisma points in order to perform this move.
A technique called comprehensive input, which means you're in a zone where the information is not so basic that it's useless, yet it's not so difficult that you can't comprehend it. You also need to learn how to prioritize the skills that will provide the most value and practice those first, then practice the skills that provide less value afterward. Anyway, thanks for watching, follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you in the next video.
I will not follow you on Twitter. How about that? Also, fuck you and your mother. And you are bad. That is it. So what have you learned today? We have learned that, of course, as the thesis of this video has said, being feminine is bad somehow. And why being feminine is bad is dating coaches are evil. That is why. That is the thesis of this video. Dating coaches are evil, and because dating coaches are evil, that means you shouldn't be feminine. Because if you're feminine as a man, then women will turn into raging harpies and fly through your window and start gnawing your face off and chewing on your balls and swallowing your eyeballs while you're screaming and kicking and wailing in agony and pain as your blood is dripping down your bed and soaking up your carpets and sheets. And then after you're dead, your mom will walk into the door and find you dead. You find your corpse in 30 different pieces strewn about all over the room, just parts hanging on the ceiling, your intestines on the television. You've got your eyeballs, like half of your eyeball just laying on the floor. It's a complete mess. What was I talking about again? Oh yeah, that's right. Think Before You Sleep is a terrible YouTube channel giving terrible advice. Of course he criticizes terrible advice, but he also gives alternative terrible advice to fix men. Listen, men, guys, brothers, all you gotta do is just be a little, just learn how to socialize. It's not that hard. The best way to train yourself to socialize is to just keep on trying and suck at it until you get better at it. I'm not joking. It's okay. It's not the end of the world, especially the people that you're training to be socialized with. They're not gonna follow you out through your entire life. And if they do, then that means you made a new friend. That's all I gotta say. Or maybe a girlfriend. I don't know. Hey, something could happen. Or a boyfriend if you somehow discover in your little self-discovery journey that you're gay. You know, shit happens. Life is crazy like that. Be free. Stop bogging yourself down into these standards. Stop worrying about whether you're going to be perceived as gay or not. There's nothing more masculine than not giving a fuck. That is a masculine trait that I really think you guys need to actually just like get a firm grasp on. Seriously, I'm not joking. This give no fucks attitude is something that actually matters when it comes to social standards. Don't give a shit about that. Who gives a shit if anybody calls you gay? Be secure in yourself. And be free. Be happy. And yeah, that is all I've got to say. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, enjoy my content, please subscribe. And if you don't, oh. That harpy story I gave you. That'll be bunnies and kittens compared to what I will do to you. Anyway, I'll catch you later. Peace.
I can't stop drinking oil. I can't stop drinking oil. I just can't stop. I can't stop drinking crude oil. You know, the black stuff that comes in barrels? I can't stop drinking it. I just can't. It's tantalizing. It's addicting. It is a delicacy. I love it. I can't stop drinking oil, crude oil. I can't stop guzzling it, gulping it down. I can't stop drinking.